We've got a couple great matchups to look at here. Knights versus Rival World Championship rematch, of course, with a couple changes in there, and then SSG Radiance to round out the day. I think it's hard to pick. One or the two of those that you're looking forward to more?
I'm definitely looking forward to this PK Rival. You call it a World Championship rematch. I'm going to call it the World Championship grudge match. The MVP playing against the entirety of his old roster. I mean, there's got to be some fun dynamics there.
Mifflin, I cannot wait to kick this one off. Knights Rival World Championship rematch. Let's kick it off.
Then you do have all these gods who apply anti-heal as well really well. FineOK has it with his passive. Brawlers is easy to be built for Sam and for Cooler. And Scary D's in trouble already. Sam for Soccer with an early rotation to solo shuts down the Camazots. It could be a boon for them as Paul's got to be careful. Sam is lurking here on the right-hand side, and he can't afford to step up, or he could easily get knocked up. Twig dashes in, they get the stun, and the cleanse doesn't come out in time. Featherstedt sets up for the second kill for Sam.
Well, and I'm wondering if Zapman's the guy to pressure out. Like, Hachiman's pretty safe. You don't necessarily have to give up a whole lot to be able to farm in lane and disengage. As we saw, he just uses the ult. It's not a game changer, so you're perfectly fine throwing that out there if it means saving your life and keeping your farm.
They know Sam is here. Can't quite find him, though, with that belly flop, so he's able to disengage safely, but Cubo Fred wants a bit more action, blinking in with the Fear No Evil, and PBM never really stood a chance, but he does lock everyone else down inside the cage. They get some members low, but Rival can't capitalize on the backside. That is a clean pick from Cubo, taking down PBM, but Sam jumps back in, gets flopped, and ends up having to leap. Another instance of backing off. Sam perhaps not wanting to commit the leap with Cubo Fred lurking nearby, but either way, Neil Ma makes out of there quite nicely. It's a couple times that Rival have been lax on the trigger, but Zapman could be in some trouble. He's fallen low to Panda Cat, but he's got backup with Cubo Fred. Hail of Arrows not even close, and Panda Cat gets well baited by Zap. Meanwhile, Polar Bear Mike rotates over again to solo and shuts down Scary. As well as the Knights are now the ones starting up the goal Fury. It's really only Mike and PBM that are nearby. This is great recognition from the Order side team that they might have an advantage, and they're burning the Fury fast enough. It does get reset. The Knights secure it nicely, and they're looking for Panda Cat on the back end. Scary D wants to keep up the chase, but they can't quite claim his life. They'll just have to settle for the objective.
My eyes immediately jump over to what are you going to do if you're Rival here? You have to get something. Unfortunately, that's a Fear No Evil in mid lane. And man, if you're hoping for anything in retaliation, that's going to be 2 kills. Technically, there was a tier 1 and now a blue buff steal.
A lot of that is just because, kind of as you mentioned, FineOK didn't rotate over. Panda Cat in trouble. Good EI Jutsu stun into the belt, and Panda Cat, they put all their stock in him, but he hasn't been a team fight yet. A Scary D about to get ganked yet again. A 3-man rotation, and this time, there is no bat out of hell. There is no escape for Scary D. He gets caught by the Stygian Torment. FineOK gets the kill. Cubo Fred drops the Fear No Evil, but now he's locked inside the cage. He is able to leap back out of there, though, and get back to safety.
Maybe that's something PBM are going to go. They've got a couple of anti-heal things, but my concern late game is more the hell than anything.
FineOK leaves the tower maybe a bit too soon. That leaves Sam taking 2 big shots, and he falls easily. That's a good punish from Neil Ma, but these Agni bombs from Captain Twig are starting to chunk, and Neil does end up falling in trade. Meanwhile, Zapman gets aggressive on the red buff. He is committed to EI Jutsu, but Panda Cat can't find the axe, can't find the hail of arrows, so Zapman gets to just walk away.
I mean, for everything they are committing over here on the right-hand side of the map, I feel like the Knights still walk out of that one ahead. They lose Neil, which, yeah, it hurts, but not as much as losing your jungler. Cubo, though, caught out.
FineOK pulling the Pyromancer, wants the squad to come over and help him out with it. And this has been Rival's full-on gamble, right? They are almost W-keying, face-stuffing down right, and saying, we think that this lead will be enough. So they pull the Pyro. In comes Scary D, who's a bit behind. Up into the bat out of hell. He wants to zone away Twig. The fight not about Pyro anymore. It's about the back end, where Scary's looking for the kill to the Agni, but can't quite find it. Meanwhile, Sam hunting down Paul. They've left this hell on an island all by herself. The cleanse is there, but she's not healing as much, and Rival get the kill.
And that's going to be Sam using the pull just to get and lock down Neil. Everyone is low here on Rival, so they have to play it very carefully.
After building up on this right-hand side of the map, the question is FineOK and the Cerberus, they going to be enough to outweigh the Knights? Maybe we'll get our first glimpse at it as Zapman in trouble in left. Relic's buying him some time. He gets to the ultimate, but Stygian Torment can't kill him and it can't grab him. But Fear No Evil catches 3 members. That's a huge ultimate from Cubo Fred. Neilma takes care of Captain Twig early, and the Knights can continue to surge. They've already forced Rival back, and they're looking for more.
I mean, just being able to chase everyone down like this is beautifully. Paul using the heal gets everyone going and the movement speed out from it. They want to chase down more than anything. The Fury's already gone, though, so the Knights getting pressure here won't amount to much on the map. And, you know, our eyes are on Fine. Okay, he's the one who will have to do so to make it work.
This cage does trap quite a lot. A lot of mobility has to be used to get out of it, but Twig has again been left alone in the back, and Scary D can't be peeled anyway. He takes care of the Agni, and that's so much of the damage taken off the table for Team Rival. That's the rest of it as Panda Cat ends up falling to Cuvo Fred, a man on a mission. Paul gets the kill on the Sam, and suddenly Fine OK and Polar Bear Mike are left wondering what happened to their backline. It's been shredded and fractured as the Knights continue their aggression. A double kill for Paul on this Hell, and Rival have buckled.
It's not worth it. You're probably just going to lose, but this is one I think Rival could maybe force at least a little bit of pressure onto the Knights.
Sam's lurking in the back, but they've got a ward here. They're going to know that this Awelish is trying to make a play. Stygian Torment does grab Scary D, bring him back to the squad, but Bat of the Hell allows him to escape. The Tier 2 tower defense for now looks okay, but look how low Rival are, and only one squad has a Hell, so the Knights all group up around it, get plenty of out-of-combat healing, and the Fire Giant sustain, and they're ready to keep on pushing. But it's Rival now with the aggressive positioning around the Fire Giant. They're starting the objective up, and the Knights are the ones who have to answer. And without that Fear No Evil, they've lost one of their best tools. Polar Mike steps forward to play the zoning factor. FG down to half already, but Mike has been burned a lot. He's got to be careful. They go right for Twig in the backline. He has his beads forced out, but there to provide some backup to Sam. He pulls Scary D away, but Bat Out of Hell puts in really good damage. Rival cannot afford to stay on the FG.
And the Fire Giant's still at a 3rd HP, so Knights can move back in, no problem. Fine OK jumps in.
He knows he has to keep this fight going because of how low the Fire Giant still is. It's still leached even now, but look how safe Twig has to play. Fine OK is so far forward trying to complete the kill into Paul, but he can't get to him, so Polar Bear Mike picks up the mantle. They do take care of the Hell, trading Fine OK, trading him out for Paul, but Zapman gets the kill in return onto PBM, so now it's a 3v4. No way Rival could stick around with these low health bars. The Knights have done enough to push Rival away, and they might want more. The bounce doesn't quite go the way Cubo wants, but he's still chasing Twig.
And it's just that one, it's such a small mechanic that plays in right there.
PBM took the Mad Eye's cloak off from Cubo Fred. That's a pretty big deal. Beads and Aegis should be up for all the backline carries. They are now up at this point. And Polar Bear Mike goes in. The cage has locked in 2. Specifically, Zapman is still in trouble, but it's really only Fine OK on him. He gets away from the Stygian Torment, but Sam has finally made his way to Paul on the backline and shut him down. This is huge for Team Rival. Look where the rest of the Knights are in the backline. Scary D is still hunting down Panda Cat. He has Captain Twig zoned out as well. That might have saved the fight, him making that play. Meanwhile, Sam for Soccer gets caught by Cubo Fred with a little bit of help from Neil Ma. Not bad, but that's a big stun from Captain Twig. Maybe Rival can reinitiate off the back of it, but they just don't have enough damage. Captain Twig too reliant on the cooldowns, and the Knights and Rival end up stalled out.
And because of that, we've seen Scary D go in, get a lot of pressure onto members like Twig, and just cause distress for the Agni, force relics out of Agni, and it's unfortunate because it's almost impossible to lock him down otherwise.
Cage comes out again, but Sanford Soccer falls early. Polar Bear Mike will be joining him in the Great Beyond as the Pittsburgh Knights open this fight off with 2 big kills. Captain Twig can't find the stun, so Scary takes to the sky to keep up the chase. There is a little bit of peel here from him, but Neil Ma comes over the top, and that's too much damage. Scary D gets the credit, and suddenly 3 members of Rival are watching in black and white. Yeah, it's not just the mid-Phoenix. This could very well just be the game here, Gormizer. Somehow Fine and Panda Cat have to make the defense of their life if they want to keep this game going. But Panda Cat won't even get the choice. He's forced back into the fountain, just barely still alive using Aegis. Fine OK falling to Zapman. The Titan too low, and the Pittsburgh Knights around Paul on this Hell have taken down Rival in Game 1.
I mean, talk about damage, aggression, Team Rival. They tend to have it all here. Rival looking to bounce back in game number 2 and push us to a tie-breaking game number 3.
In some of these engagements, as long as they can prolong that, we'll slow down maybe some Knights' kind of turnaround potential in a team fight with where that Whirlwind of Rage and Steel can come through.
I love this, man. Twig is not going to stop Thunder crashing in aggressively, no matter what we say, and until it stops working, I got to give my man some credit. First blood for Team Rival.
And those are the key words. The Gold Fury is where my eyes are kind of gravitating for that mini-map. Not because it's something we see often, although right now, yeah, Sam's up in the air. They're looking to try and get rid of Zap.
He's found the stun, and Zapman should be dead here every single time. Good work from Team Rival.
for a little bit and then use your timers. They've been utilizing them perfectly so far, as you pointed out earlier, but red buff, hey, on clockwork, purple buff is going to be here. Neil is now under duress, forced to just fall back to stay alive.
Was anyone wondering if Traveler's Shoes is enough for you to stand up to an Uller with Transcendence finished already? The answer is no. As Neomod gets bopped, Kibo Fred drops the Fear No Evil. Twig responds by going into the Taiko drums, but now Kibo Fred doesn't have the leaf, he doesn't have the ult, but he does have a boulder, courtesy of Polar Bear Mike, and Twig gets the credit. Rival now up 3-0. Because of that, they are going to move right on over to the Gold Fury. They don't have a ton of ultimates still available here for this fight, but Sam wants to show off his. He takes to the sky, lands right on top of Zapman and puts him under. That's an easy kill for the Thanatos. Now they're bringing in Scary D. They're walking in one by one like lambs to the slaughter, but that's a big-time ult from Neil. It does stem this bleeding a bit and allow for Knights to reset. Means Zapman has to drop the purification beads. Another small win for Rival. And up into the air goes Sam for Soccer. He's considering Cubo Fred. Well timed on the leap, but Blink gets him close. But the Fear No Evil pins Sam up against the wall. What a turnaround play. And Paul is able to get credit for the kill. Neilma, sensing blood in the water, gets aggressive. Twig has no mana, and Neilma's going to try and stick to him. It's enough for the kill. They make it a 2-for-0. But now Neil stuck in no man's land. Panda Cat will make him pay, but that's a big-time play from the Knights.
And if you're the Knights, dropping Neil for a jungle and a mid is worth everything you have in terms of Neil, especially because he had already gotten his ult off, he had used both his relics, so everything that could be down right there is down. You still have his word for vision. Unfortunately, that does leave Zapman open a little bit, but, I guess we touched on it last game. Zapman's kind of used to having that many people over in his lane. But we're hitting that 15-minute mark. Once this next Fury goes down, the Pyromancer goes down, that's when Fire Giant starts opening up.
Good Taiko drums means he doesn't have to worry about the CC from Fear No Evil.
And being able to keep Paul occupied in mid means that duo lane is even more susceptible to some damage. I'm keeping my eyes on Sam.
Neil Ma, it'd be hard to keep your eyes on him as his health bar is starting to shrink. But they do a good job, Neil Ma does rather, of leaping right on out of there. The Thanatos, though, is up in the air and can tell that death is nearby, but that's a good blink from Neil. He does not end up getting executed. Tier 2 tower, though, does come down. Fine OK has displaced Cubo Fred. Meanwhile, the rest of Rival are just still getting aggressive. They want Zapman, who I don't think realized just how much trouble he was in. Meanwhile, Scary D looking for the collapse on the back. Cubo Fred here, too. Thunder Crash allows him to get away, and this is a good Taiko drums. It's fearing them both back towards the rest of his team. Twig still clinging to life. Finally, Cubo Fred gets the kill. And there's the Fear No Evil, creates the space, but Rival are not done yet getting aggressive. They pull Cubo Fred back in and grab one more kill. He's heading over towards the actual Fire Giant pit itself. He's bringing the squad. It looks like the call is to start up this FG. Scary D's nearby. This shouldn't be a secret, but Rival are like, come in and try and fight us. This is just what we want. It's Neil Ma who comes in first. He barely gets to touch the ground. He was in the CC chain the whole time, and Rival get right back to work.
Earlier, they weren't taking the bait on the Knights. This time, they take it, and overwhelmingly, Neil gets burnt down because that Scary D's still in the area. But they're just having to keep vision. PBM's going for the zone. There's still a lot of steal potential here for the Knights. They just have to question how aggressive you want to get, and Twig maybe actually leaps too soon.
Has to use the Taiko drums for CC immunity, but he falls to Zapman. Panda Cat is in trouble in the back too, but two stuns from Sam for Soccer. It just wasn't enough. There's the two-man driving strike as well, but this is a big fight for the Knights. It's a 3-for-1 in their favor. Paul ends up getting this kill onto Sam to make it so. And Rival get a little bit maybe too aggressive around this Fire Giant, trying to make those plays.
Right now, you're keeping them at bay. You're taking the objectives they can use to get back into the game, and you're locking them away from the fight. I like the idea. Don't go for a Fire Giant too soon.
Remember, Neil got those beads from Captain Twig, so Cubo Fred has come to collect. The Fear No Evil means there's no escape for the Raijin. That's a big pick for the Knights. Now with the 5v4, they're the ones starting to step up and get aggressive. They take the Tier 1 in mid. Fine OK is back underneath the Tier 2 tower, but there's further aggression from the Knights. They really want to kill this Sobek, and Scary D is able to do it, so that's a 2-for-0 now in favor of PK. In comes the dunk from Sam for Soccer. He's looking for Paul way in the back, but there's too much protection. Neil Ma puts him at bay, and the Knights still holding on.
You're trying to get something done and keep the game state in a favorable position for your team, and unfortunately, it's just not enough. The gold lead is still there, but that's only going to exist for so long. There's 3 Tier 2 towers for Knights to potentially take that one back away from you.
Yeah, Panda Cat had already used his leap. No way he was getting out. In that situation, the Knights are just playing clean and waiting for a rival to hang themselves, to bother your analogy, by playing defensively.
And one step too far will end them, essentially. So they have to be careful where they put that aggression.
They're stepping up to the tier 2 because Scary had to go over to the long lane to defend. Tycho Drums from Twig allows him to get away from the Fear No Evil, and Zapman stuck on the front lines is low. Fino K is right there to punish. The boulder is coming through too, and that gets Neilmon to execute Threshold. Big kill for Sam. They've got Cuvo Fred low too, but no damage to follow up. Maybe I'm telling a lie as Panda Cat hits the shot. It does end up costing them Captain Twig, but a 3-for-1 might just be what Rival needed.
And Scary D, as good of a gank as it looks like, unfortunately, is, well, now in the exact position they wanted Rival to be in, biting off more than they can chew. He stays alive and he gets out.
Zapman not going to be here for this fight. It'll be a little while before he rotates in. Frenzy Pop, Tycho Drums. This is the full commitment from Team Rival. Fear No Evil, though, isn't enough. Rival secured the objective, and Sam gets the kill into Cubo Fred. They throw Neilmon back to the Wolves with a good charge prey, and Panda Cat gets that kill as well. That is twice now that the Knights have had to rotate someone over to the long lane to defend against minions, and Rival have capitalized on the opportunity perfectly.
So the pressure on the left Phoenix will work out. Fino K, along with 2 carries, being able to knock that one down, especially with Fire Giant, will absolutely win them a fight. PBM can just be a nuisance over there in mid.
That's it for left side Phoenix. Twig has once again gone in aggressive, puts the Tycho Drums down, and trades his life out for Zapman. Sam for Soccer gets the execute on to Scary D to take the Amaterasu out of the fight early, and Neil Ma is too low to stick around. He's got to continue to disengage, but the charge prey is there. The boulder follows up as well, and Panda Cat gets one more kill. It's just Cubo Fred and Paul left to defend. 2 Phoenixes, the side ones, are already down. The Titan now under siege. Knights have managed, though, to keep Rival at bay for just a moment. They're going to come back and grab the mid Phoenix and then re-siege.
Being able to burn this one down. They have fire minions now pouring in on the right lane. They have all of the advantage they need to close this one out and potentially just take the end.
Yeah, and that wasn't the Fear No Evil that Cubo Fred was looking for there. Polar Bear Mike finally puts the final nail in his coffin. And Gormizer, we are indeed going to be going to a game number 3. Go ahead and see if you can get the full-on Deicide here, fellas. Paul gets one more kill, but that is the Deicide Rival. Even this setup at 1 apiece.
Well, the Knights looking to survive the early and maybe win in the late. Rival looking to end it here in Game 3. We'll go down to Finch and Gore one last time.
He can always use that ultimate to kind of get up and out of Paul's ultimate there, too, and everybody have to do at the Sanctified Field. He wants some extra tools. It's a gank over in solo. Scary D doing well to avoid it, but that wall and the charge prey were even better. Even a little bit of help coming from the fire shards, too, and Scary D can't live through all the aggression. It's another solo lane gank for Sam. And the stock never matured. Do I sound like a broker in that case? Is it clear that I've never had to manage money? Now there's trouble
from you.
happening on the left-hand side. Zapman does make it up on to the horse and is able to escape, and that is huge, really, from Zapman. He was under tons of duress and still able to get out of there. Oh, well, jinxed him. Panda Cat, good work with the Ricochet.
Being able to find it. That is about as classic of a kill over in the dual lane as you can get. Is actually, Fear No Evil's dropped out near mid just to be able to get rid of Twig, but that is the safety of a Nuwa ult.
Oh, but still was getting chased a bit, and Cubo Fred is going to do it. He's going to go to the Sacred Monkey, and he doesn't even get the kill. Sam for Soccer is there to clean it up. Yeah. So I wouldn't hate it too much if Sam kind of kept looking for those opportunities. Now, some of it you got to give credit to the opposition as Polar Bear Mike is in the CC chain from hell. But he is now spinning around using that watery grave to buy time. Paul, though, does manage to get the kill, but Scary D has to overcommit to help out. And he ends up falling, and Fino K is still here. He's got Paul absolutely slowed. Big damage into the charge prey. Now they just need Twig to find the damage. No, Fine doesn't need help. He takes care of Paul himself, and Sam jukes out that leap from Neilmon, is still able to keep up the chase, has Neil low, and gets the kill.
And just so well played, and Sam is still looking to get aggressive. The hammer going to be off the mark. He's too low to teleport in.
Getting a Pyromancer. That's not the first time the Knights have gone for an early Pyromancer this set, but Scary D ends up in trouble. That wall was perfect from Sam. They end up pinning Scary D up against it, and so Sam has to keep up the chase. He goes up to the altar for the dunk. Can't find Neilma there either. They do lock him down, or rather he drops his own cage. I guess Sam makes up for past wrongs with a ton of damage there on the Neil. Twig must have put some in there or something, because that was a lot. Neilma ends up popping, and now Rival can head back towards the Fury.
So that if you lose Sam in a fight, you don't lose everything, right? But he's going to be going up. He's looking for Zap just to try and get him ahead.
Zap getting dunked on yet again. The hammer not quite enough, but that's why you have a new to finish off those kills. Twig hasn't missed a fire shards yet as he successfully shuts down that man there on the left-hand side. 0-2-0 now for him. But Cubo Fred doesn't have the ultimate. Remember, they forced this out from him just a little while ago. I believe it was when he had to end up using it defensively. So he doesn't quite have it, and now they might have a chance to collapse onto Paul. There's the Sanctified Field, but that's why Watery Grave is so strong. He gets right on through it. Paul does create some space, though. It makes it disengage, but what about Cubo Fred? Has to use his Purification Beads, has to use the leap. Fine, okay, blinks in and finishes up the kill. Cubo Fred falls 2, and Rival continue the steamroll.
Recognize him as a huge threat. The cage has been very potent. The stun, maybe even more so. And it's not something they want to deal with. And that was just beautiful. Of course, it's Zapman, so the rule of law means that you aren't allowed to lock him down. But the fact that you were able to get that much was gorgeous.
And I think Final K got the blink off before he was put into combat by that ultimate from Zapman. He turned around and put the shots out, hit everybody. But is it Cubo Fred? I don't think he's gotten to have an offensive Fear No Evil yet this game. He's always on the back foot.
Yeah, you know, the fact that there's unbats in the game, I kind of forgot over the last few minutes. It has not had the impact. Right here, he finally gets to get aggressive, but, well, hey, Sam is in the area, and Sam comes for safety that time around instead of soccer. Ends up costing them a lot, and now they're in a 4v5 if you're the Knights.
How can I cast this FG? I'm still reeling from Sam for safety. It's down to half HP at this point. Frenzy popped as well. Scary gonna throw his hat in the ring, but Rival secure the objective, and they claim the life of Scary D. Neilma stuck in no man's land as well. Captain Twig weaving in the autos. That's okay. Sam for safety shows up to get the cleanup kill, and now Rival with Fire Giant on all 5 members, leading 14-1 in kills, and with a near 8,000 gold lead with 2 tier 2 towers still left on the map. They're in a really confident position. It's kind of crazy the Knights have Fear No Evil and Sanctified Field, 2 of the best team-fighting ultimates in the game, and we haven't gotten to see them make a single offensive play. They've been playing defense the entirety of this game so far. Look at all the space. Rival get in right with that big minion wave there. They should be able to threaten it quite easily. They take down the right side Phoenix. Now, what about mid? Sanctified Field does slow down PBM, but Fine OK almost takes care of Paul by himself. It cost him his life. Cubo Fred is there to punish him on the backside, but the damage has already been done. They lock down Scary D in the front line. Thorns works as a deterrent, but once it's up, Captain Twig is there to put in the damage. That means now it's a 4v3 in favor of Team Rival. The mid Phoenix is soon to fall.
They're only getting used defensively. You don't see Cubo Fred going in and getting a kill. Right now, they're going to blink in, but there's no follow-up from the Knights.
They gotta fight outside their base, or else the Titan will just end up being punished. There's the dunk down from Sam, though. Fine OK and Captain Twig all get one. The kill feed lighting up for Team Rival as they take care of Pittsburgh Knights with 4 members down. Neil can't stop them. Rival will take the 2-1 here over PK.